So the big question is this: how do you lose all the weight that you want and actually keep it off for the rest of your life, while trying to make sense of all the noise that comes from the weight loss industry? That is the question. And this podcast will give you the answers.
G'day guys, and welcome to the next episode of the Weight Loss Secrets podcast. My name is Baron Grant and I'm wrapped to be with you for another day, another tip, another trick, another idea, something that's going to help you to be able to lose all that weight that you've been holding on to and keep it off for the rest of your lives. And before I go any further, head to ditchingthediet.com where you can download my book, you can get on a program, you can book a call with me by hitting the button on the top right hand corner of the screen, and we can chat about where you're at and talk about how I might be able to help you on your journey. Now today, you might notice that I'm in my scruffies, I guess, but I'm getting close. We're getting close to the footy season, and I thought, well, I better represent with the Hawks. I don't know how well they're going to do this year, so I'll go back and wear my 2013 grand final premiership winning t-shirt. I was at that game. That was very fun, by the way. But all that said, today I want to talk about walking. And what prompted me to talk about walking today was because this morning I was away with my mates. I went on a weekend away and hung out for a couple of nights, which was awesome fun. And this morning though, I got up early, partially because my bed was not very comfortable and laying on the ground on a very thin mattress is not the greatest fun on earth, but the company was amazing, so I loved it. But getting up early this morning, about 6:10, and went out for a bit of a walk. Being Sunday, I got up and I read my scriptures and then I listened to a podcast and I just went for a walk, and I just wanted to, I guess, have a bit of solitude. And on that walk, I felt like it was a beautiful area. We're at Cooper's Creek near Walhalla in Victoria, and it's just stunning area in this little valley, and it's unbelievable view, and it allowed me to sort of connect with God and connect with nature itself. And I was just out there enjoying the scenery, and I had a podcast in my ears and listened to some music as well later, and I thought it was unreal. I just de-stressed and I enjoyed that moment, just being out walking, just no rush, just cruising around, looking at beautiful nature, and it helped me to sort of center myself, if you like, and just reconnect and start again. It's good. It's a great experience, and it made me think, hey, there's more benefits to walking than just weight loss. Now, I know this podcast is all about weight loss, and walking is great as part of your weight loss journey, but I wanted to just add a few different points today, 4 points that are really helpful for your body from walking, benefits of walking, outside of just purely weight loss. So that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how it affects your mindset. How does walking change the way that you think? Because I'm going to say this: successful people in anything in life move. Movement is so important, and walking is just one of those movements. The easiest that most people can do, unless they've got injuries or are unable to walk. But walking is one of the best things you can do in the world. So number one benefit for your mindset when it comes to walking is it boosts your energy. All right. The more we move, the more energy we gain. I talk to people all the time, and they tell me that they're really lethargic. That's one thing I hear all the time. If I had $1 for every time I'd heard someone say they feel out of gas or lethargic, and the first thing I want to tell them is go for a walk. You've got to move. And that's the last thing that people who are feeling lethargic actually want to do. They're like, I don't want to go for a walk, it's too hard. Well, guess what? It gets easier. It gets easier and easier because you get more energy. You think about it for a second. If you are unhealthy, if let's say you're heavily overweight and you try to go for a run, man, you're going to conk out pretty quick. You're going to feel really tired and that you can't do it. It's hard. And that's because your body's out of condition, right? Now, when you start to move more, slowly it improves. So you get more energy because your muscles get stronger, your cardiovascular system gets better, you get more oxygen into your body when you go for walks because you've got increased heart rate, so you've got to breathe more oxygen in, and that moves nutrients and stuff around your body, and everything just works better. And so you will gain energy because you're getting fitter. So if you're out of gas, it's probably because you're unfit. And that's not a criticism, that's not having a crack at anyone, that is just the fact of the matter, if I want more energy, I need to exercise more. So moving more will boost your energy. If you're tired, you've got to move more. Like we all need to be tired at the end of the day when we go to bed. I'm talking about lethargic all throughout the day. So that's point number one. Number two, and this is my favorite one, it improves your mood. I'm all about being as happy as we possibly can in life, right? And I think we've got to make choices every day to be happy. And the way that we do that is we move. That is number one. The people who are sad and depressed and struggling in life generally don't move that much, generally speaking, right? And so if you want to feel happier in life, moving and walking is a great thing to do because it releases endorphins in your body. Now, endorphins are chemical signals in our brain that stop the feelings of pain, right? They stop the feelings of pain and they increase the feelings of well-being. Wow, how good is that, right? So if you're feeling sad, depressed, frustrated, the best possible thing you can do is move because you're going to release endorphins, right? When you release endorphins, guess what? It stops your body feeling as much pain and helps you to feel feelings of well-being and happiness and goodness and wonderfulness. So isn't that not the best medication for feeling crappy? I think it is. So my idea is how can I get as many endorphins pumping in my body as possible, because that's going to increase my pleasure, increase my happiness, rather than try and take drugs or something to improve my mood. Let's try and do it naturally. Let's increase it by increasing the amount of endorphins in our body. So let's move. That was quite loud on the mic, I'm sure. I just clapped my hands together. But let's move. I get a bit excited about it. Movement is great. All right, so endorphins not only, so here's my number three, right? It reduces stress and anxiety. So endorphins don't just help you to feel happier and more, feel that feeling of well-being. They also reduce your stress and anxiety. And everybody has stresses in their lives, and not everybody, but some people feel anxious in their life as well. When you move and you walk, and I'm talking 20 minutes, 30 minutes plus, over 20 minutes, I would say, that becomes a walk, right? When you start to do that, those endorphins as well help to reduce your stress and anxiety levels. So once again, exercise is an amazing thing for your mindset. Movement helps your brain. It's so good. It not only helps your brain and your thought processes, but that gets to my point number 4. Walking increases your focus. And it increases your focus because it increases blood flow to the brain, which allows your brain to work more efficiently. Cognitively, you'll get improvements. Everything improves in your brain when we move and get more blood flow into our brains. We don't get enough oxygen into our bodies and because we sit too much. And so we end up having shallower breaths. We're not putting any energy through our bodies. And remember, our whole cardiovascular system is muscle, right? And we've got to get that stuff operating. We've got to breathe heavier. We've got to move. And walking allows us to do that. You can walk, if you want to walk more, you can run if you want, but you can walk up hills or you can walk down hills, and all of that stuff will increase your heart rate as well. So all of this stuff increases blood flow, increases oxygen, increases the nutrients going around our bodies, and increases endorphins, that chemical signal in our brain that stops us feeling pain. How good is that? That if there's not a better reason to walk, I don't know what is. If you want to feel happier in life, if you want to feel more grateful in life, if you want to feel more connected in life, whether that's with God or whether that's with nature or whether that's with anything, get out and move. Get out in the fresh air. Get out and walk. Get away from the TV screens for a little while, the computer screens, the phone screens, and get out and move. And I promise you, you'll feel 10 times better than what you do now. And that will help you to lose weight, not just because of the walking, but your body will crave good food when you move. That was an extra point. But they're my 4 key points. It boosts your energy, it increases your mood, it reduces your stress and anxiety, and improves your focus. That's the tip for the day. Get out and do some walking if you haven't already. It will give you energy and make you feel 10 times better than what you do now. You got this thing. We'll talk soon.